Hey everyone, it's Desiree, and I am here with Spellbinders and many other creators because we are doing a Blog Hop celebrations for the May Club Kits. So let's just jump right in. So I am focusing on the clear stamp of the month for May, and it is called Borders and Sentiments. This kit is perfect if you are looking to do that clean and simple card. Now, usually I'm not in that range. I like to add a lot of layers, do a lot of splatters, a lot of textures. But this time when I saw this, I thought this was perfect to do a clean and simple card. And that's what we're going to focus on. This, as always, and what I'm loving with the club kits, they are now universal with each other. So they play well with each other, which of course, makes it difficult for us, because then it's tough to choose which one we want to either subscribe to and what plan we want to do. And as always, those links will be down in the video description if you want to take a look at what they have to offer. So I'm starting out with my sentiment. Now I've taken a piece of cardstock and I've just cut that down to 3 1/4 by 4 1/4, or roughly that. I'm using my VersaFine black ink to do the sentiment because I want it dark and I want it crisp. I stick with that, or I'll use one of the obsidians. I'm going to use my colored pencils. Now you can see them sitting up there in the upper right hand corner. Now I'm going to focus. It has these small, dainty, absolutely adorable images. So I'm going to place them around this sentiment. Now, I used my Simon Says Intense Black ink. Now, I absolutely love this ink, especially with my colored pencils. I really don't like to have a very dark line, unless it's something that's edgy, grungy, dark feeling. Okay, then I'm okay with that dark line going around the image. But especially if it's a floral or a character, I like to have, if I am going to show that line, I want it to be a soft black or a medium gray when it comes to that. So I'm not moving into the no coloring because I do want to see the line. And I think the Simon Says Intense Black ink is perfect for that. To me, it is like a dark charcoal when it stamps, no matter how many times I stamp it. Again, it could be me because I'm funny that way. All right, so very simple coloring here. So I dug into my colored pencils. I grabbed 2 shades of each color that I'm going to be using. Now, there's a bag of colored pencils that I always just keep off to the side. These are very basic colors and just ones that I can just dig into. I find that helps me to work on my color choices, to help blend more colors together. I think sometimes when it comes to our blending of colored pencils or anything that we blend with, we stick to like colors. We stick to a light green and a dark green, a light pink and a dark pink, medium red, dark red, however that goes. Because I've kept this tub of just general colored pencils, I dig in there. That's how I was able, and again, this is what worked for me. I was able to get into, and a very good friend of mine always said, get into those scary darks. And absolutely correct. So I've used black. Even when it's pink, I've used black as the shading. I use black for leaves. I use black for florals, animals. I'll use blue for leaves. I'll use purple for a pink flower. Again, whatever gets you into that shading, I'll use, if I should do a facial tone, I will use a purple to start to pull in some shades as well. And just having that pot of general colored pencils, whether they're from mix match sets and that's how I develop that pot. I'm going to need a bigger pot soon. My Crayolas and all of those. that's where I get that from. Again, and those, I use those just to play around with my blending. So here you can see I'm just using 2 shades. Now you don't even have to shade these. You could just use one and let the white be the highlight. You know, just go into those darker areas. And that is simply what our panel looks like here. Again, I love to use solid cardstock as mattes. I feel that accentuates the piece. But I still have to have my layers. So this is how I get my dimension in my cards. When I do a clean and simple card like this, oh, I will use my fun foam. And I will use my U-line tape to get that in place. Because again, it's bringing out the dimension of it, but also allowing that solid cardstock to do its work. It actually will help frame. I used black because of the sentiment. I really want that sentiment to be the focal point. Not that those little flowers are not focal points, but they're embellishments because of their size. Again, to me, they are just those embellishments that are going around. And then by having the 2 next layers, that actually creates even more texture. So the black is coming up, creates those shadows, and then I'm using a pink and a light green to accent, to help pull out those flowers as well. All of these layers are being put on a standard A2 size card base, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and this card is a standard A2 size card base. I'm going to add some embellishments when it comes to this front panel, and I'm actually going to be using pearls, iridescent pearls by Trinity Stamps. And again, you can see when you look at the front of this card, everything's in 3s. I've got 3 sets of leaves. I've got 3 flowers. And then I'm going to specifically put the pearls right at the leaves. Make it look like it's another flower. But not, because they're kind of offset. Because then I would have 6 flowers. I like odd numbers on the front of my cards. To me, it's more appealing, and a lot of people say that, you know, the rule of 3. You know, you never put, that's why a lot of times I don't put anything perfectly centered. I put it off to the side or towards the top, towards the bottom. So here I made a mistake with one of the gems. Way too much glue. It kind of like really came out. So I just took that off with the tweezers. Those are great reverse tweezers by Spellbinders. Great point. And then I'll be able to place that down so that it's just not oozing all over the place. Although the Nuvo Deluxe glue does dry clear. But I just didn't want that bump going around. So, as always, when we do these Blog Hop celebrations, Spellbinders does a wonderful giveaway. So, to celebrate this release, remember, they are going to give away a $50 gift certificate to 3 lucky blog readers. Now, remember, you want to go to the Spellbinders blog and make sure that you leave a comment there. All right, this giveaway will close on Sunday, May 23rd at 11:59 Mountain Central Time. So make sure you look in the calculate or time clock if you have to see what the time difference is. The winner will be announced on their blog on the following Tuesday. So that would be on the 25th. And remember, the winner is responsible for shipping costs, duties, and taxes. All right. Also know that, remember, this store credit cannot be applied to club subscriptions. It can be applied to the past club products that are available for purchase through the store. Also along with the club extras and regular releases. So I do hope you enjoyed this project. Please make sure that you hop around to all the other wonderful creators to see what they've created for this celebration as well. Enjoy, have fun, but remember what's most important, everyone. Always be creative. Till next time.